Memorial Day is often seen as a long weekend. Sales, barbecue, travel, time off. And there's nothing wrong with rest, nothing wrong with gathering, nothing's wrong with enjoying freedom. But before we rush too quickly into comfort, we should pause and remember something sacred. Somebody paid for that freedom. Somebody gave a future they would never personally get to enjoy. Somebody lost a son, a daughter, a husband, a wife, a brother, a sister, a friend. In every Memorial Day, there are families who do not celebrate lightly. They remember heavily. The deepest cost of service is not always carried by the one in uniform. Sometimes it is carried by the family left behind, by the mother who still sets the table with one silent ache, by the father who never fully recovered, by the child who learned sacrifice before they learned adulthood, by the spouse who kept breathing through heartbreak because life demanded it. We say they died for the country, and that is true. But let us also say this: families keep paying for the sacrifice long after the ceremonies are over. That is why Memorial Day should not only make us patriotic, it should make us humble. And maybe this is the most uncomfortable part. A nation can become very casual about the freedom it did not personally bleed for. We complain easily, we waste easily, we divide easily, we forget easily. Meanwhile, somewhere, a folded flag sits in a quiet home as proof that freedom is expensive. I think one of the saddest things we can do is enjoy the gift without honoring the cost. Because remembrance is not political, it is moral. And grief does not disappear just because the calendar move on. For some families, Memorial Day is not history, it is personal. So how do we honor them? First, by remembering intentionally, not casually, not as a footnote. Say their names, respect their families, teach younger generations that freedom is not automatic. Second, by living responsibly. If someone gave everything to this country could continue, then the least we can do is live with more gratitude, more decency, and more purpose. And if you are someone who lost a loved one in service, please hear me. Your pain is not forgotten. Your sacrifice is not invisible. And your loved one's life was not erased by time. There are people who still understand that remembrance is a form of love. Memorial Day is not only about the fallen, it is also about what we do with the freedom they left behind. Do we waste it or do we honor it? Do we live small, careless, and titled lives? Or do we become the kind of people worthy of their sacrifice? That is the real question. So this Memorial Day, kaibigan, rest? Yes. The thankful? Yes. But also pause, because somewhere behind the freedom we are enjoying is a story of courage, loss, and love. And to every family carrying that loss, we remember, we honor, and we thank you. Some gave service, some gave years, some gave everything. Maybe we never become too busy.